Guys, I want to start back up the vlog. Okay, so listen, it's not that I don't like the week-long videos. In fact, I really enjoy them. I think they've been turning out really good. I think the feedback from you guys has been really good. And I think that they're awesome videos. However, I did mention when I started them that they were just going to be a test. And unfortunately, I think it's just becoming too difficult to do them every single week. And the reason is not so much that they're difficult to make, but I find that it's difficult to actually fit everything into them. So hear me out, guys. We've had so much stuff coming in and out of this office, and for me to document it all and fit it into like a 10-minute video that comes out at the end of the week just isn't working out. There's just so many things that I want to talk about, and I just can't fit it within a 10-minute video. You know, I want to talk about things that sold. I want to talk about things that we're listing in that week, and we're doing all these pickups. And I think they'd be better off if we went back to my original structure of 3 videos a week. So my goal is to get back into doing this sort of style of video where we're going to be talking to each other through a couple days at a time, and just going ahead and talking about everything that happened within those 2 days for each video. I want to hear you guys' feedback about this idea. I'm hoping I can provide more value to you guys through this sort of method of content creation. It is also slightly easier for me to document versus having to go and create an entire video trying to remember what I did throughout the week. Regardless, so if you like the other style, I'm definitely okay with going back to it. And it's not to say we'll never do one again either. I think there's still a place for it, and we might still have some videos coming out with a week-long summary or recaps coming out soon. Okay, so with that out of the way, today is Tuesday, and we need to start doing some work. Now, I do want to give you guys a quick recap as to what happened on Monday. As you guys can see in the clip that's playing right now, we had quite a few sales that went out, so that was pretty exciting. It was actually a pretty good day. This wasn't even all of them. I actually packed some of them before showing these ones, and I just forgot to totally record them. However, we did have a bunch of sales that went out. And then the rest of the day was basically spent drafting consoles. It was the consoles I had finished up last week. I went ahead and I listed them all. We got like an Xbox One listed, which actually sold today, as well as a couple PlayStation 3s, I think a Wii console, and then a bunch of VCRs. So with that said, I think I'm going to start off today by actually doing some packing. I don't normally pack on Tuesdays, but there's quite a bit of stuff that needs to go out, as well as one order that I was waiting on getting some stuff from Airval for, which I now have. So I want to pack that guy up and get it out because it was really supposed to go out yesterday. Okay, so all these orders here are the ones that are going out, and this was the big multi-quantity order that I told you guys about. These are all PS3 games going to one buyer. So I want to make sure that we get that guy out today. Also, we have this Forza Motorsport game, 007 Nightfire, and then the Sims 2 Pets. Now, I've actually been considering doing orders every single day instead of doing them every other day like I do currently, because we've just been getting so many orders recently. The store has really been growing, and it's been a little bit overwhelming at times. We've had weekends where we're pulling 40 to 60 orders, and it becomes a whole lot. So, I mean, just doing, 10, 15 orders like we did today, and I mean items, not orders. I guess there's only really 4 orders there. But I think we have 18 items, individual items that had to be pulled and shipped today, and Airval has another half of them or whatever the remainder is on top of these. So it just can become a little bit overwhelming. So I think doing them every day, or at least getting them pulled every day and then shipping still every other day, might be the way to go moving forward. So the other item, guys, that sold is this Xbox One, which we sold for $130 plus shipping on top. Now, this does have an issue with it. So as you guys can see here on the side, the sync button has actually been pushed in, and that's because I think it's actually been removed. It's not even there. So this literally does nothing. We did take the plate off. I think Airval took this plate off and tried to look at it, but it just doesn't work. So the only way to hook up a controller to this is to hook it up via USB, and then you can connect it that way. So I tried that, it does work, and I tested it otherwise, and it does work. We ended up selling this unit for $129 with shipping on top with the Connect sensor and the power bar. Definitely gave a buyer a good deal on that, but hopefully that'll make up for the issue. And again, we did mention that, of course, in the description. All the packages have now been packed up, and it's time to start working on testing some games today. So I'd started some work earlier in the week going through these PlayStation 3 games. So that's what we're going to pick up today. I've got a lot of testing to do here, but I don't think it's going to be too bad because they all look like they were in really good condition. They were all from a collector who I think took very good care of them. So this should be a really easy lot to deal with. We're going to just go through them here quickly and then move on to getting them photographed and listed on eBay. These are all very good sellers. I imagine that we'll probably sell through about half of them within a month, and then the following will probably be within the few months following that. So, I mean, it's going to be a pretty quick flip here. Again, this was part of the PS3 lot that we bought last week that I think we paid like $170 for with a console that's already been listed. So yeah, I'm thinking we'll do pretty well on it. All right, so I just wrapped up testing all of the games here, and they all worked, which was great. All in very good shape. There was a couple extra things that we got. For example, there were a couple extra discs in here, as well as one empty case. So I'll see if I can match those up and make them complete, but we'll do that later. For now, I want to get all these guys listed on eBay. But first, we need to take a really quick break to see something that just arrived in the mail. So in this cabinet here is the remainder of my bubble mail mailer supply. I had ordered 500 of these red ones originally, and we're down to probably our last 30, 25 or so here, which is not great. I also ended up giving a whole bunch to Airval, who had ran out of his supply, so we're really running low on these things. I had done some research recently to try to find the best rate, and unfortunately, I'd always purchased in the past from, at first I had a Chinese supplier that was getting me a really great rate, probably about 25 cents a bubble mailer, which is not bad. And then I had recently got an American supplier who was really awesome. That's where I was getting the red ones from for 19 cents a bubble mailer, which was a really good price. Anything sub 20 is insane. However, it appears that currently, maybe due to some supply shortages or whatever, my suppliers, both of them, don't have any supply of the bubble mailers that I need. The American supplier that we've used in the past does have, I think they can get us like 200 black or blue bubble mailers, but they're not the red ones, so I don't know if I really want to go for those. And I'm also not super happy with the seals on the red ones. They're great, except I find I have to put a piece of tape over them just to make sure they're extra secure. So I decided instead to try something a little bit different. So I just received 750 of the golden ones from Uline. Now these will probably last us a couple months, and I'm thinking that we're going to try these out. Now my goal is to still get back to the red ones. I'm going to find or contact a couple different suppliers and see if we can get some custom ones, perhaps with our logo and with a return address already put on them, which I think would be super helpful. But for now, I figure we'll try out the Uline ones. They're a little bit of a higher end one. These are the economy number zeros. They cost, if you're buying 3 like this with the bulk deal, they're costing about 26, 27 cents a mailer, which is not amazing, but it was the best price I could get right now. So sometimes you just have to do what you got to do, and this is the price that we're getting. Again, with the American supplier, if I was just to buy the 200, it wouldn't be worth it with the shipping price and with import fees and everything. You had to get a higher quantity to make it really worth the money. So this was the best deal I could get, and we're going to be trying these guys out here for a little bit. So I'm excited to try them, but for now, this should last us a little bit, and we'll wait on getting maybe some new mailers in the future. Anyway, with that all said, it's time for me to start taking pictures of the PS3 games. Photos are done. Now it's time to list. Well, guys, I'm just putting box 1 away here that we got listed. There was actually 3 more games that went into another bin, but we listed in total here 33 games for $333.67, which for a lot that we only paid, again, I can't remember the exact amount, but I believe it was under 200. This is a really good deal, especially considering the fact that the PS3, I don't think is sold yet, but is listed. I believe it's this one here or that one there, one of them. And that one came with it. And then additionally, there were some really good games in here, including a couple good ones like, let me just find it here. Was it Silent Hill? I think it was that one was a $25 game. And there were a couple of really good ones. So I'm glad to have all these guys listed. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next pile of 33. And well, guys, just wrapped up the second box of 33 games. This one not quite as much, about $10 less, coming in at $322.67. But nevertheless, that means that we're now finished all the PS3 games. And I think that's going to wrap it up for today's listings. Okay, guys, welcome to Wednesday now. We finished up all those listings yesterday, which was very good. But today has been very hectic. So you see, I woke up to a little bit of rain, which is not always great here. Now, usually it's not a problem, but some days if it's really rainy, and additionally with the snow melt today, we have a little bit of water issues. So we've got some water on the floor here. Additionally, I'm just drying up this mat, but there was some water that came in here. Luckily, no damage whatsoever, which is great. However, it does always remind me of how vulnerable we are down here in a basement unit, and as well as that, it makes me think twice about putting things on the floor. So luckily nothing was damaged. We are all good to go today, but that was sort of a little bit of a scare. Okay, so the goal for today is quite simple. You might be thinking, where the heck did all this stuff come from? It wasn't here yesterday. Well, we finished up all the PlayStation 3 stuff, and then I went ahead and picked out a bunch of the games that some of them I had already tested from a couple lots back where we had bought them and they were just still sitting here. And then some of them I just did a little bit more testing on, as well as the Wii games, which I actually just finished testing right now. So we have a whole bunch here, and this stack here is what I like to call the golden stack. Check it out, guys. Mario Party 8, Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart Wii, Galaxy, a bunch of copies of Galaxy too. We got a bonus copy and one of the copies of Galaxy. Not sure what was going on there, but we'll take it. And I just finished testing those all on the Wii. They all work. Additionally, all those ones work. So what I'm thinking about doing is listing all of the Wii games right now. We don't have too much time left today, but I'm thinking that'll be a good way to wrap things up. All right, pictures are done. It's now time to get this massive stack of Wii games listed on eBay. All right, guys, well, here's a look at all of the Wii games that have now been listed on eBay. Super excited to get those guys all done, and we ended up listing 42 of them for a dollar amount that I'll get you in 1 second. Couple interesting ones, though. Wii Sports Resort, I didn't realize was worth as much as it was. I always knew it was like a $20, $30 game, but it actually just price charted out at 45 bucks, which is insane. So I listed At that, I'll take an offer on it. I'm not looking to get the full price on it, but still, I mean, I think that's crazy for that game. Anyway, we also listed all of these guys. The one thing that I did hold back was the Mario Kart game. After photographing it, I decided that I'm actually going to save it for a lot that I'm doing with the Wii because I have a couple of the wheels. So I'm going to either just lot this with the wheels or I'll do a whole Wii bundle with it, which I think could be worth some good money. Anyway, another one, Mario Party 8. I think we listed that for 50, if not 45, something like that. Smash Brawl was like 25 or 30. I don't remember exactly. And then Galaxy 2, I think, was 30 on all of them, or 35 for the one with the manual. And Super Mario Galaxy was like 18. So some really good titles in there. So now for anybody wondering, these Wii games alone listed for $564.58. So there we are. Not too bad at all. I just looked that up and that's what they listed for, which is awesome. That brings our total here to 108 games listed for $1,220.92 for the entire 2 days here, which is pretty awesome. Additionally, we made a couple sales today that I want to show you guys. Okay, oddly enough, actually, guys, it's just 2 sales today, which, I mean, I'll take it. I'm always down to have a little slow shipping day, but that is strange. There was a whole bunch of stuff sold, though, at Airval's place, so I guess it makes up for it. Anyway, we got Deadliest Catch here for the PlayStation 3, as well as this white PS3 bundle. This controller had some issues, unfortunately, which really sucks, so I threw in an extra Afterglow controller just as kind of a bonus. Trying to read this one here. Left stick drift. Yeah, so there we are. Anyway, I think we got whatever the price is on the screen for that guy, and I'm happy just to have him sold. With that all said and done, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get those items packed up, and we're going to wrap up today's video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to go below and smash the like button. Let the YouTube algorithm know that you enjoyed this video. Also, leave any comments down below, questions, concerns. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.